Welcome back. Now that you've mastered selecting questions and navigating the ODA, let's look at what the data tells us. In this video, we'll learn to read and interpret frequency tables and their accompanying charts. A quick note for those joining us for the first time. Throughout this series, we've been using the same example to illustrate the concepts. We're looking at data from Afrobarometer's Round 9 survey in Kenya. We've selected section I, Institutions, Leadership and Governance, then Trust Others as a subcategory. We then selected the question Trust National Electoral Commission. We'll be referring to the data from this question throughout this video. If you're unsure of how to get here or would like more details on previous steps, please refer to an earlier video from this series. Now let's dive into the data. In the results shown on our screen, the first column titled Category lists the possible response options for the question we selected. Think of it as a menu of answer choices. The second column, labeled Frequency, is all about raw numbers. It tells you how many people selected each answer option. The third and fourth columns show percentages. The third column, titled Percentage/Total, expresses the frequency as a proportion of all respondents. The fourth column, Percentage, Total minus no answer, is usually very similar to the percentage in column 3. The only difference is that it excludes from the total those who refuse to answer the question. It gives a clearer picture of the distribution of opinions among those who actually expressed a preference. Let's look at the first response option for this question, not at all. The value 734 tells us that out of the 2,400 people who were asked this question, 734 selected this response option. This translates to 30.6%, as we can see in column 3. Moving down to the next row, we see that 546 people, which equates to 22.8% of the total, trusted the Kenya Electoral Commission just a little. 615 respondents, or 25.6%, trusted the Commission somewhat, and 458 people, or 19.1%, trusted the Commission a lot. One person refused to answer, and 46 people, or 1.9%, said that they don't know or haven't heard enough to say. You might notice that the third and the fourth columns, percentage and percentage total minus no answer, show the same values. This is because in our example, only one person refused to answer, which is 0.04% of the 2,400 total. The ODA automatically rounds percentages to one decimal place, so that 0.04% is displayed as 0.0% and isn't large enough to affect the other percentages. Taken together, the rows and columns in this table summarize how trust in the Kenya Electoral Commission is distributed across different response options. Let's look at the chart. It visually depicts the same information that we saw in the table. The title at the top summarizes the question. The x-axis running horizontally at the bottom of the chart lists all the answer options. The y-axis running vertically on the left shows the percentage values. In our example, the y-axis goes from 0% to 40%. Always check both axes carefully to fully understand the data that you are looking at. Each colored bar represents a response option. The height of the bar corresponds to the percentage of people who chose that answer. For example, the red bar, which shows those who selected not at all, stands at 30.6%, matching the value displayed in the table. The orange bar of 22.8% aligns with those who responded that they trust the Kenya Electoral Commission just a little, and so on. See how the chart paints a clear picture of how levels of trust in the Kenya Electoral Commission are distributed. By using frequency tables and charts, you can start to understand the distribution of responses within your data. In the next video, we'll take this a step further and learn how to customize your tables and charts.